Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm talking about field sobriety tests. If you've ever seen a DUI stop, been pulled over for a DUI, or even heard the phrase field sobriety tests, I'm going to walk through in this video what they are, what the purpose of them are, what your rights for field sobriety tests are in the state of Virginia and in North Carolina. First, what are field sobriety tests? More properly, they are called SFSTs, Standardized Field Sobriety Tests. These are a number of tests developed by NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration. They are tests developed by NHTSA that officers use out on the field to develop probable cause for a DUI charge. These tests are standardized. What this means is that these tests are across the board supposed to be administered the same, the instructions are supposed to be the same, so that the results can be reliable. If everyone administers the test the same, all of the results should be reliable. So officers are trained by NHTSA, usually through their training in the police academy, on the field sobriety tests. And in order to be certified to go out on a traffic stop and give these field sobriety tests, officers must pass the proficiency exam, which is administering the tests and giving the instructions 100% accurately, because of course they're standardized. As a DUI attorney, I have been certified in standardized field sobriety testing. I have done the proficiency exam, passed it, so I know what to look for on DUI cases. But as I'm talking about this, red flags may be going up and you're thinking that, oh, I bet cops don't always give these tests 100%, and you would be right. That's one of the biggest things that I see in any DUI case is that officers deviate from the standard instructions and from the standard test administrations. This is obviously a problem because if the officers are deviating from what the standard is on the tests, then the results become unreliable and an officer could be making an arrest, then a prosecutor going for a conviction on tests that are not done correctly and don't have reliable results. The field sobriety tests themselves, there are 3 field sobriety tests that are standardized. Number 1, the horizontal gaze nystagmus test. Number 2, the walk and turn, and number 3, the one leg stand. The horizontal gaze nystagmus test, or HGN, is an eye test. The officers are checking for involuntary jerking of the muscles in the eyes. This is different from the other tests because, as I stated, it's involuntary. You could be really good at walking on a line or standing on one leg, be a good drunk or handle your liquor well, but the HGN test is involuntary. You cannot stop your eyes from involuntarily moving. An officer will hold out their finger or some sort of stimulus, move it back and forth at the required timing per the instructions. Next is the walk and turn. The walk and turn is, like it sounds, somebody will stand on a line with one foot in front of the other, heel to toe. 9 steps down the line, turn, 9 steps back down the line. There are multiple ways that you can fail or show impairment on this test: by stepping off the line, by missing your heel to toe, by turning improperly. Tons of ways that an officer can observe impairment. Finally, the one leg stand. It's exactly what it sounds like. Somebody will stand on one leg with another raised about 6 inches off the ground, look at the foot, count until 30 seconds or so at the officer's command. There are other tests that are discussed in the NHTSA Field Sobriety Manual, but these are the only 3 that are standardized. What are your rights regarding these field sobriety tests? Again, I practice in Virginia and North Carolina. Other states may be different, but in Virginia and in North Carolina, there is no legal consequence for refusing field sobriety tests. In fact, they are completely voluntary. And I tell people all the time, if you are in that situation and the officer is asking you to do field sobriety tests, don't do them. Here are the major reasons why you wouldn't. You don't know what the test is looking for as far as a pass or a fail. You don't know what the clues are that you could fail on for no reason having to do with impairment, but now you look like you're drunk. The second reason is because they're voluntary, you have the right against self-incrimination. So you don't have to voluntarily answer certain questions that the officer asks or do their field sobriety tests. A final warning or caution with field sobriety tests: you should expect that if an officer has gotten you out of a vehicle and they want you to do field sobriety tests, they believe a DUI is going on. So if you refuse field sobriety tests, you won't be charged with anything related to those, but you should expect that you may still be arrested for DUI. So in summary, Field sobriety tests. They are standardized tests used by officers to detect impairment on DUI stops. The 3 tests are the horizontal gaze nystagmus, walk and turn, one leg stand, and finally, they are completely voluntary in Virginia and North Carolina. You do not have to perform them, and you do not have to incriminate yourself. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about Virginia and North Carolina laws related to traffic stops, DUIs, and other criminal charges, follow my channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll be posting videos as often as I can to inform you about these topics.